Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Horton Common Model Railways. As you can see, today we are at the Model Railway Emporium on Island Road near Sarr, down in Kent. Today we're going to be talking about DC controllers and the various types that are available today. The good ones and the bad ones. We won't pull any punches. If they're bad, we'll tell you they're bad. So let's go inside and have a look and see what's on offer. Well, welcome to the old Model Railway Emporium. This is owned by a gentleman known as Keith Hodgman. He's away on business today, so I said I'd come in and run the shop for him. As you can see, there's a wide variety of things he has here, and if he hasn't got it, it's very unusual. So then, back to the video. We're going to be talking about DC controllers. I know a lot of people today are using DCC. Personally, I don't like DCC. I tried it, didn't get on with it. I've gone back to analog and don't regret it. There's a minefield as regards controllers. What are good and what are bad? So let's start off with the ultimate worst. So these two controllers here are Hornby Basics. They normally come with their electric train sets as starter packs, and they are extremely basic. This is bottom of the range. It's fed by a 19 volt separate power supply, and then this goes to your track. You have your forward, reverse and a power light on the top. This is an absolute waste of space. It is rubbish. It has no power, even though it's a power transformer. It cannot and does not work. 9 out of 10 of these sold in sets are useless, and they end up being returned. I know in the shop here, people have come back, they've bought a set, and they're saying, my train's not working. We tried the train, it's fine. It's this. It just hasn't got the oomph to power a 12 volt motor. It's got a thermal cutout inside. Those are normally the things that go. They are faulty. They don't operate. It says QC pass. Ha! Highly susceptible. There is no such thing as QC at Hornby. This is rubbish. The best thing you can do with this, chuck it in the bin. This is their newer version. A lot more neater, a lot more stylish, and turn it round. You have your 19 volt power supply. You have uncontrolled 14 volt DC for doing small accessories, and you've also got high and low wave switch. Now if this goes wrong with a set, 9 times out of 10 that switch has been left on low, and you just have to flick it to high and it's okay. It also though does have a bad habit of cutting out after your train's done 3 or 4 circuits. Your train's getting nicely warmed up, it's going well, settling down, and the thermal cutout on this trips, and you've got to wait 10 minutes before it'll run again. You wouldn't know it's a thermal cutout except the fact that the power light is still on, but there's nothing going to the track. You can turn this till the cows come home and nothing's moving. It needs an indicator on it really to say that the thermal cutout has come in. But this is the next upgrade. Would I recommend it? Nope. So it joins its brother in the bin. Next we have the slightly older R965 Hornby controller. Pretty little thing, very basic. You have your normal 12 volt controlled supply, but this one you also get an output here uncontrolled for operating all your accessories. Simply turn the little switch and away it goes. Is it any good? It's marvellous. It's one of the best little mini controllers Hornby have ever produced. I swear by these things. I use them to operate my test tracks, and I also use them to operate small little layouts. Can't recommend them enough. Unfortunately, I don't think they're made anymore. But if you keep a lookout at trade fairs, model railway exhibitions, trade stands, you might be lucky enough to find one of these. I would say if you see one and it's under 30 quid, grab it. It's wonderful. Does exactly what it says it's meant to do. Faultless, never overheats, and very rarely goes wrong. This is great. Here we have modern-ish style, slightly old, must be about 20 years old now, the Hornby HM2000, Hamilton Morgan. They also have the added bonus of sockets either side for add-on packs. You don't see the add-on packs very much, but the HM2000's really good. Terrific with new models. There's a lot of electronics inside, which is just as well because the new models of today have lots of electronics. It gives a much more controlled, smooth effect on running your models. There's no jerking. There's no instant power to the track and it shoots off like a bat out of hell. This really introduces the current slowly and precisely to the track so you get your realistic crawl and pull away and nice smooth stops. Can't recommend them enough. They are wonderful. We've had a couple of these, we've still got them. Yes, terrific, love them. This gets a definite thumbs up. Going back 30, maybe even 40 years, the choice of controller was limited, but 9 times out of 10 everybody had an H&M controller. This is their classic twin controller, the Duet. 2 dials for operating 2 trains on 2 tracks. You have half volt switch and you also have wave switches. At the rear, that's your output to your tracks, and at the side you have uncontrolled power supply. One is 12 volt DC, the other is 16 volt AC. Built like a tank, totally indestructible. This is the double version. There is a single version, H&M, identical, except there's only one controller, not 2, and that was known as the Clipper. Wonderful things. H&M again, Hamilton Morgan, tremendous. Can't recommend them enough. These are ideal if you're running older models, pre-2000, i.e. your old Triang, anything with a Ringfield motor, Hornby or Lima, Airfix, mainline, terrific. After that, no. The new locos, which came in around 2000, started to get integrated circuit boards. The world of electronics started to come in, and therefore you need a more smooth, constant supply. This gives you, as it is, wallop into the track, and it will run anything pre-2000. Personally, I don't recommend you use this on anything past the year 2000, which has integrated circuit boards. It's liable to muck them up and you may get overloads and could possibly burn out the board. But otherwise, if you're doing your Lima and you're trying as a kid, this is the baby for you. This is an even older model, but it's in its original box, H&M. In the days just before the Clipper, this is the Commander. Let's have a look inside. So here we have the Commander, Hamilton Morgan. This is a transistorized DC control unit, fully transistorized, contains an automatic thermal overload cutout. It's got inputs at the sides, but it has no main supply. That's because this one is an add-on. This would be added to another controller. You have 14-18 volts AC coming in on the side, and also at the rear you have your 12 volt DC. So there we have it, the H&M standalone Commander. So then, back home now. These are a couple of the Gaugemaster controls that we have. This one here we use on the layout. As you can see by the diagram, this is the one that goes off to our fiddle yard. We've mounted it on the board. And this one here is a 4-track controller. This is the Model Q. They do a wide variety, too many for us to really go through. But as I said, they are lifetime guarantee, fully transistorized, terrific, reliable transformers. All your wiring, oops, sorry, goes on the back there, and it tells you what's what. So you've got plenty to be getting on with. You've got 2 tracks on there. You've got track 3, track 4, a 16 volt AC uncontrolled, 12 volt DC uncontrolled, and then over on this side you've got tracks 1 and 2, 16 volt AC and 12 volt DC uncontrolled. Wonderful little bits of kit, very rarely go wrong, extremely reliable, very controllable, and that's not a pun. They are an absolute pleasure to use. As I said, if there's any problems with these, all you have to do is contact Gaugemaster and they will ask you to return them because they carry a lifetime guarantee. So as far as I'm concerned, and those of us who operate the railway, these are the best DC controllers that you can get on the market. As I said, this is a Model D, and we also have a Model Q. We've got another 2 controllers which are set down built into the layout as well. I think those are Model E's, I'm not entirely sure, but those are for twin track, and we've flush mounted them into our boards. So there we go. So then, with this range, what we've just seen here of DC controllers, what are the best? There has to be no doubt, it's Gaugemaster. Carry with a lifetime guarantee, and I mean lifetime guarantee. If your product should ever go wrong, all you need to do is contact Gaugemaster at Arundel, drop them an email, tell them you've got a problem. They'll message you back and say, send it back, and we'll deal with it because it has a lifetime guarantee. We use Gaugemaster on the Horton Common layout. Can't recommend them enough. Terrific things. We'll show you a view of those later on when we get back home, because all our Gaugemaster controls are there, and unfortunately there's no Gaugemaster controls in the shop. They come in all shapes and sizes, all variations. It doesn't matter which one you use. Gaugemaster are the best. Even though some people to this day swear by H&M, for us it has to be Gaugemaster. So there we go. The best and the worst DC controllers we think are on the market. Hope this has been of some use to you. If it has, please give us a like. Consider subscribing to us. Until the next video, thanks for watching. Bye.